And nah, X-Specs is that man is a freak for real. Hey man, it's news. You right.
So recently we have been talking about the fact that Logan Paul has filed a lawsuit against CoffeeZilla, and now there's also another scandal coming out revolving around a project of his called the Liquid Marketplace.
On a platform that I co-founded called Liquid Marketplace. It allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one
What?
person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together.
In the
Oh, so we're just scamming. We're selling fractions of something.
end, it really did seem like this company did not go through the necessary hurdles to make sure this would be a successful venture. That sounds very familiar. I think that's called biting off more than you can chew, as the Liquid Marketplace is now being investigated in Canada.
It's getting
CoffeeZilla was
investigated
looking to once
already.
again
That's
uncover
tough.
the truth regarding this situation and the allegations levied against the three main players. To be clear, Logan is not listed in this lawsuit, but recently it has come to my attention that his company Prime has been served two separate lawsuits, and if that's not hilarious karma, I don't know what is. Ever since
What they
its
getting
rise
sued
to
for?
prominence, Prime has been no stranger to controversy, bold headlines, and unfavorable claims about their product.
This morning, New York Senator Chuck Schumer is calling on the FDA to investigate the energy drink
Six times as much.
Buyer and parents beware, because it's a serious health
Six
concern
times as much
for the kids
caffeine.
it so feverishly targets.
is
Then a
calling
can
on
of
the
Coke is
FDA
crazy.
to investigate the energy drink Prime.
Buyer and parents beware, because it's a serious health concern for the kids it so feverishly targets.
From angry parents of kids drinking their energy
They're
drinks,
trying to get them
Both
that
kids only
caffeine
drank about
addiction.
half the can when Elijah started to not feel well.
It was really
No, that's
scary.
that's
She
facts.
says that
Cause I haven't drunk. I don't really be drinking caffeine. I'll drink caffeine I'll drink probably like 30 milligrams or something, and that's not really that's like two sodas. But I don't really be drinking caffeinated sodas like that. I quit drinking caffeine and like around when I started losing weight in 2021 or something. I just be drinking Sprite and some root beer, the non-caffeinated root beer for the most part.
the 10-year-old started shaking and his heart rate jumped to 120 even while staying still.
Hey,
to
man.
doctors
I don't
claiming that
know if
Prime
you're
has
saying
more
that in a
forever
bad way, but root
chemicals
beer,
than a human
that
is
shit-
supposed to
that shit
digest
did.
in their entire lifetime.
That's because all of these forever chemicals were allegedly found inside the grape variant of the drink. Now, the reason why PFAS chemicals are harmful to your body is one, because they can cause kidney damage, kidney cancer, can also increase the level of cholesterol and impact your liver. They are forever chemicals, so they get inside your body, they stay in there forever. Your body cannot break them down, your
These
liver
are all
can't
in
break them down,
Prime?
your kidneys can't flush them out.
For the record though, the bottled beverage industry is one of the
wow.
hardest and most costly to break into, and the fact that KSI and Logan Paul have propelled Prime into legitimate share of the market is pretty insane. Regardless, things have been looking pretty bleak in the current day, and Prime is now being sued by the Olympic Committee, as well as a bottling
sued by the
manufacturer who
Olympics.
claims they pulled the rug out from under their feet after agreeing to a massive multi-year deal. The first
Oh nah,
mentioned lawsuit
they're not gonna lie. I think that second one is definitely a valid lawsuit. If they agreed to a deal and they
pulled the rug out from under their feet after agreeing to a massive multi-year deal. The first mentioned lawsuit is basically for trademark infringement, specifically regarding their recent campaign with Kevin Durant, who was featured on the USA gold medal winning
I ain't
team
even
this
seen
year in the
this.
Olympics. Basically, in promoting the launch of this new drink, Prime was using trademarked phrases like "Go for Gold," "Team USA," "Olympic
nah.
Spirit,"
They're
and
good.
things like that. Not to even mention the branding, which
They're
is
cooked by two
clearly made in an
lawsuits.
Olympic-style theme with the color scheme. Basically, the Olympic Committee feels like they should not be able to do this without their consent, and
Trademarked
likely a
words.
massive cut of the action going into their pocket.
And
Above
phrases?
that, they have other investors like Coca-Cola to protect here, the entity that has paid for the exclusive rights in the beverage field when it comes to the Olympics. So they're
Ooh.
really supposed to be
Coke has the. So does this mean Coke can sue them? Because Coke has the rights to it.
the only ones who can use the Olympic theme in their marketing and on their various drinks. In a deliberate and willful attempt to trade on USOPC intellectual property, defendant Prime Hydration has used the following Olympic-related terminology and trademarks on product packaging, internet advertising, and in promotions featuring a Prime Hydration flavor.
They're getting hit with a triple lawsuit.
Olympic, Olympian, Team USA, and going for gold. Such uses without the USOPC's consent. Now this was the way the bottle was going to be designed, and you can see how Prime was doing some shady shit here. 3-time Olympic gold medalist and counting, what makes a true Olympian? Reppin' Team USA, a 3-point wizard, a master of the mid-range skill, determination, heart. These are
they didn't even
Bottles
get
up,
confirmation that they can do this. They just did it.
On the court, he's going for gold. I mean, above all, it kind of just makes me cringe. Like, this sentence was definitely derived from the mind of a white 45-year-old marketing campaign manager. Like, I truly cannot believe they tried to.
I don't know if it was a campaign marketing manager, if that was Chat GPT. They said, Chat GPT, tell me what makes a true Olympian basketball player.
This shit. The Olympic Committee clearly does not play around when it comes to infringing on their stuff. All the marketing around this would definitely suggest that the Olympics were involved with this product. They had even allegedly sent ad copies to stores which featured this type of marketing, including 2 uses of Kevin Durant Olympic Prime
they sold
drink,
them.
Celebrate greatness with the Kevin Durant Olympic Prime drink, Olympic
They didn't just make them, they
achievements,
sold
Kevin
one.
Durant Olympic legacy, and other uses. And the thing is, they actually tried to play nice in this situation. And at first they had just hit them with that cease and desist, but Prime still persisted on with their campaign, which is not necessarily surprising considering these marketing operations often cost millions of dollars
Man, they're
to put
tripping.
together, and obviously with Kevin Durant being
They got hit with a cease and desist and kept going.
Was probably in the
By
making
the
for quite a long
Olympics?
time. Prime Hydration's conduct has been and continues to be willful, deliberate, and in bad faith with malicious intent to trade on the goodwill of the USOPC and the IOC. By its conduct, Prime Hydration has caused the USOPC damage and irreparable injury for which it has no adequate remedy at law, and Prime Hydration will continue to do so unless restrained and enjoined by this court from further infringing on the USOPC's marks and confusing the public. Now, the USOPC is potentially seeking millions of dollars in damages from this situation, and they want to go to trial to determine just how much money they will be settling on. But honestly, that kind of seems like light work compared to this next lawsuit. Last year, all of these reports and videos were made about Prime having forever chemicals in their drinks, and Logan would quickly debunk this and do so several times.
All right, let's talk about this. First off, anyone can sue anyone at any time. That does not make the lawsuit true, and in this case, it is not.
There's claims that PFOS or forever chemicals come from plastic. So in this case,
Yeah.
they're not talking about the actual drink, the liquid Prime. They're talking about the bottle that Prime is manufactured in. This ain't a rinky-dink
I'm
operation.
cooked. I've
These are the
drunk
top bottle
at least one bottle of
manufacturers
Prime.
in the United States. All of your favorite beverage brands, Coke, Pepsi, Tropicana,
I ain't
Dr.
drink that
Pepper,
many.
they use these companies.
Now, Refresco, which is an independent beverage manufacturer, wants to run Prime's pockets to the tune of $68 million. Basically, they claim that Prime committed to a 3-year minimum agreement for them to manufacture their bottles, with a purchase volume
And I had drunk the
commitment.
bottle one,
And
bro.
not
I
only
ain't drink the
that,
energy
but
drink.
Prime allegedly wanted custom bottle designs and sizes that would require significant modifications to their process and machinery they use to create their bottles. To protect Refresco from loss in the event that defendants did not meet their minimum purchase volume commitments, including on the large upfront investment Refresco would make to refit the dedicated line, the Truesdale agreement also expressly was made to a take-to-pay arrangement, meaning if defendants did not purchase and take delivery of at least 90% of the agreed annual volume commitment for each of the 3 contract years, defendants would be obligated to pay Refresco a fixed shortfall amount for each 12-bottle case, below the volume commitment that defendants did not purchase. Basically, they did that to cover their ass in the event that Prime did not have enough demand to fill their agreement. At the time the parties negotiated and entered into the Truesdale agreement in early 2023, sales of the defendants' then relatively new Prime branded products, which were marketed with the names and influence of defendants' social media celebrity co-founders, had grown rapidly, and defendants represented to Refresco that the sales volume would remain robust and continue to grow. Over the course of the year,
Man, this old dude,
sales
he wrong for this. He see all the kids going, he said, let me get one of these. He He started going crazy. He pushed him out the way.
Volume would remain robust and continue to grow.
Get out
Over
here.
the course of the year following that contract signing, however, the formerly hot sales of Prime sports drinks cooled markedly. By early 2024, sales of Prime beverages were falling well below defendants' expectations. Drivers of those declining sales included seasonal declines in demand for sports drinks that defendants had failed to predict, and even more
wasn't selling,
problematically for Congo
that's
and
tough.
Prime, the fading of the social media buzz that had powered the rapid initial increase of Prime hydration sales in 2022 and early 2023. And so basically by March of 2024, this new bottling process was complete and ready for testing, but they claimed that Prime refused to participate in the final test run. For around a year, this company Refresco claims that due to this agreement,
They wasn't
focused one of their main
trying to go
facilities
back.
solely on their relationship with Prime, even agreeing to forego any potential opportunity to contract with any other potential partner. Specifically, defendants agreed to order and purchase each year for 3 contract years, at least 18.5 million 12-pack cases of 16.9-ounce bottles of Prime hydration
That's a
products
lot of bottles.
produced in this Truesdale facility, for an aggregate 3-year minimum volume commitment of
55 million,
55.5
3
million
years.
cases, each for a fixed
don't know if they
bottling
did
fee
that.
per case. Basically, it sounds to me like Prime was riding high when they developed their relationship with Refresco and wanted to lock in on a deal for the foreseeable future, as the manufacturer
That's a
industry
lot of
has been
bottles.
all over the place since the pandemic. But almost just as they entered this agreement, Prime sales started trending downward and continue to do so. So slowly but surely,
no.
they allegedly cut communication
fell
with
off.
Refresco, and after almost
They
a
fell
year
off
into
and
creating
ghosted
this
them.
modified product line, missing out on other deals, and focusing this facility solely on Prime, in the end, Prime just kind of seemed to allegedly back out of this agreement in a silent fashion. Almost like when someone gets ghosted by a person who they
I
were
just
planning
said
to
that.
make a commitment to. Now, of course, this is all my speculation, but it seems to me like Prime knew the demand was not going to be there, and they did not want to get absolutely railed by these fees from not fulfilling their quotas. So now Refresco wants at least $67 million.
They tried to ghost him, but they said they sent a lawsuit
So this is a very volatile industry,
for
and
37 mil.
they
Seen
did
that
not
right?
want to get absolutely railed by these fees from not fulfilling their quotas. So now Refresco wants
67 mil. Man, I think they might have been better off just buying them bottles.
at least $67 million. You know, this is a very volatile industry.
They would have been better off buying them bottles and sell them at a 10% profit.
Like this could definitely sink Prime's ship, which has apparently been sailing choppy waters as it is. The UK sales are down by over 50% year over year, and it looks like the hype bubble around this drink has definitely burst. And that's not to even mention the class action lawsuit they still face that was filed last year due to their shady marketing practices. So I don't know what it is.
They already have it, bro. They got 3 open lawsuits right now. Coke could send a lawsuit. Prime is cooked. They're already down.
But there seems to
They're
be
going
this
bankrupt
trend
soon.
that everything Logan touches starts out on a really high note, it comes out really hot, but then slowly but surely you
2025
see
Prime
like
might be
the
over.
cracks in these half-baked plans, you see the mistakes that they've made, and the trajectory always just kind of seems to go downhill. But I want to know what you guys think about this down below. Personally, I'm not a very big fan of Prime, but do you guys like drink it in your free time? If you see the Gatorade, the Powerade, and the Prime, are you reaching for that bottle? I want to know in the comments down below, and I also want to thank you guys for watching today.
Man, all I know is if I got some forever chemicals in me from drinking that bottle of Prime, I hope that in the future they open up a lawsuit and say anybody who drunk Prime is open for lawsuits. I'm going crazy.
Today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. I did want to take a moment to thank you guys for all the recent support. We've been getting crazy views on the videos, so I definitely appreciate that. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other lawsuits out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!